If I were to make a quarterback prospect in a lab, it would look a lot like Drake Maye. He's tall, he's big, he's fast, he's explosive, and man oh man, does he have a fucking flamethrower attached to his right shoulder. Drake Maye is a special quarterback prospect. In most classes, he is the quarterback prospect number one, easy. But today, we're not going to talk about Caleb Williams yet. We're going to dive into why this guy is drawing comparisons to Justin Herbert at the next level, and why he might actually turn out to be even better. Drake Maye is a 21-year-old junior out of the University of North Carolina, and he has been balling since he stepped onto the field. He started only 2 seasons, but in those 2 seasons, he's always looked the part. Like Caleb Williams, what stands out straight away about Drake Maye is his explosiveness and his athleticism. He has an explosive lower body, and that clearly translates to his throwing velocity as he throws frozen ropes all over the field. And that arm strength is probably his best trait. Drake Maye is capable of fitting a ball into just about any size window, and he can fling it as far as anyone in the league. But it's not a loose cannon. He has an ability to place the ball just about wherever he wants, and if anything, sometimes he tries to place the ball a little bit too much. There are almost times where I wish he would just fling it far and let the receivers play fetch instead of trying to put it right in the breadbasket, but when you're as talented as he is, of course you want to put it in the breadbasket. For a player with relatively little playing experience, he does demonstrate some impressive anticipation. He's capable of throwing guys open, and his arm strength is truly on display when he anticipates a break quickly and accurately. The ball just gets there before a defensive back could possibly react. He flashes really impressive athleticism, and he has the speed and agility to be a true dual threat at the next level. His arm motion is pretty special as well. It's quick and explosive, and there's absolutely no wasted movement. He has a great feel, always in a great throwing posture, always does his best to reset his feet before he throws, and if he can't, his ability to throw off platform is pretty dang special as well. As to what he doesn't necessarily do well all the time, his play vision and processing still has a ways to go. He sometimes lingers on his first read a little bit too long and does not go through all of his reads. Sometimes he trusts his arm a little bit too much, forcing throws into tight windows that maybe are a little bit too tight. Other times he's just too aggressive, bombing away instead of checking down and just living to see another down. He does have a little bit of Superman syndrome in that every play is the last play of the Super Bowl, and if he doesn't make this big play right now, the game's over. He needs to learn to rein that in a little bit, or at the next level, he is going to throw a lot of interceptions that he doesn't need to throw. What I am hoping, however, is that he plays that way because he knows that if he doesn't, on this North Carolina team, with not a lot of talent on it, they're going to lose every game. And hopefully when he gets to the NFL and he's surrounded by a little bit better talent, the Superman syndrome kind of fades away and he can turn the cape in and only break it out in certain situations. Every ball from Drake Maye is an absolute piss missile. And honestly, there's times you just want to see him take a little bit off the throw and fling it with more touch. The touch definitely needs to develop a little bit. He does have a bad habit of drifting in the pocket at times, and his ability to sense pressure is still very much under construction. There are flashes of rookie year Josh Allen from a pocket presence standpoint. He's just so big and strong. There are times that I think he doesn't feel like he needs to navigate the pocket because he just doesn't have any fear of being brought down. But obviously the next level, he is going to be brought down. So he needs to work on maybe trying to evade pressure a little bit more instead of just standing in the pocket, keeping his feet still and trying to be a Josh Allen prototype. Finally, he needs to take better care of himself on the run. He gets in some absolute car crashes. With all that being said, let's turn down the tape and break down some of the strengths and weaknesses. First play of the game, right here, we get a good example of what I mean when I say Superman syndrome. Drake Maye takes the snap, feels the pressure, tries to get away from it, and instead of just giving up on the play, he tries to make a throw. And if he was just a little bit later on that, it's a fumble instead of a drop pass, and he would have had a turnover on the very first play of the game. Sometimes you just got to take the cape off and take your losses, and this is a really prime example of Drake Maye needing to just take his loss here instead of making a bad play much, much worse than it ever needed to be. Here we're going to get a little bit of example where we've seen a little bit more hesitancy in Drake Maye's game than we maybe saw last year. Usually he's a big game hunter, but for whatever reason, On this play, he decides to play it safe and not quite rip this throw the way that he should. Here we're going to see Pitt showing a pretty clear cover one look. Got man here, man here, man here, and man here. With this guy playing over the top and these guys kind of dropping in, maybe lingering, maybe trying to do a little bit of a predator blitz. Drake Maye checks it, sees it, gets to the top of his drop. His eyes go right to this post immediately, and he just comes off it a little bit too early, because what you're going to see when I let the play run is it gets absolutely wide open, and that is exactly what the play that he should have hit. Instead, for whatever reason, he comes off the post a little bit too early. He maybe doesn't trust his guy to get open, and instead of probably ripping this in for a big game, if not a touchdown, he takes a sack. You can see him look at it. You can see him load up. You see like, oh, I want to rip it, but he doesn't. And instead, he gets a little hesitant and takes a sack. Want to see our boy get back to big game hunting a little bit more. Here we get another example of just the indecisiveness. Why? Right here. Why'd you pump? Why didn't you throw? It's wide open. That's an NFL window. That is an NFL throw. That is as open as it's going to get at the next level. And he's got it here and here. Drake Maye's got to just let that fly. Like, let it rip. Throw your receiver open a little bit through the backside, and you got an easy first down. And instead, he takes another sack. For whatever reason in this game, and this was probably the worst game I watched of Drake Maye, which is why I have it on the film review, he just was being a little hesitant. Pitt had him rattled a little bit, and for whatever reason, he wouldn't rip that throw. But that's enough of the bad, because that's really all of the bad that there is to see with a lot of Drake Maye. Some indecisiveness, maybe a little bit of maturity to come on the processing level, maybe a little bit more trust in what he sees pre-snap and just letting it rip post-snap. Now we're going to get to start to see some of the talent just absolutely shine. Now we're going to get an example of a little bit of good and a little bit of bad from Drake Maye. We're going to see the arm talent bail him out, but we're going to see a little bit of his pocket presence and immaturity come back to make what should have been a very easy throw a little bit more difficult. Drake Maye feels pressure coming. He sees it pre-snap. He knows exactly what he wants to do, but instead of just ripping it at this guy now, quick, fast, and in a hurry, he waits a little bit and he buys time. Luckily, he is supremely talented and can rip that on a frozen rope, fading off his back foot with pressure in his face. What he probably should have done is just ripped it a little bit earlier. That being said, this is where talent can bail you out. This is why he gets the Justin Herbert comp. This is a frozen rope. It's just on a line. Straight to the guy. Great throw. Maybe not the greatest process, but great throw. Now on this play, you want to talk about how to win your teammates over. How to win over a locker room like that. Watch the toughness, and I know this is a trick play. Watch the toughness exhibited here by Drake Maye. Eats one on the chin and still delivers a dot to the tight end. He gets popped. He eats this shot. This is a hard hit. Hard hit. Right under the face mask. You know that sucker hurt. But he stood in the pocket. He took his shot like a man, and he delivered a strike to the tight end downfield. That's how you win over a locker room. That's NFL poise. That's what we like to see. Now we get to just start to see some of the beauty of Drake Maye. Look at him take the snap, step up in the pocket, easy sidearm delivery, bam, right on time. The receiver doesn't even have to come close to breaking stride. Squeeze it in between those defenders. This is the special talent of Drake Maye. Arm angle, off platform, bam, right on the hip. I mean, look at the RPMs on that ball. Look at how quick that sucker's spinning, and look at just boop, right there. Perfect. Perfection. Doesn't even have to break stride. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't even know what to say about this one. I'm just going to let y'all watch it. That's a touchdown with his left hand as he's stiff-arming someone with his throwing hand. Caleb Williams gets all the plaudits for being creative, but I don't know if I've ever seen Caleb Williams do that. Well, what a great example of playmaking. I mean, look at him just get out of the pocket. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Get off me, I'm bigger than you. Bang. Just fling it with my left hand. Easy as. No questions asked. Now, on this next play, y'all want to talk about easy gas? Fading away. Look how far he fucking throws this. Fading. Steps into the throw. Ooh. He flings it from his 19 to the opposite 20. fading away a little bit, accuracy right on the numbers. I mean, does it get much better than that? From his 19 to the opposite 25. And he makes it look easy. The arm that this man was blessed with, it makes you lose your words. You don't really know what to say. That is a special throw. That is a special throw. You want to talk about what NFL teams are going to love. What NFL teams love is your ability to idea coverage quickly, identify a blitz, and absolutely rip it to shreds. And you're about to see a great example of that right here with Drake Maye. Identifies the blitz quickly, gets the ball out, straight up the seam, and he protects his guy. Lets that receiver go a little low, get down, avoid the big hit. Ooh. That's a special. That is an NFL throw right there. ID the blitz, pressure in your face, right down the seam. Punish blitzers. That's what you want quarterbacks to do. Punish defensive coordinators for blitzing. That's exactly what he did on that play. Now, if you want to see a great execution of this scramble drill, look no further than this right here. Perfect execution. Creates on the run. Mechanics are flawless on the run. Look at him get the hips behind it. Look at the torque. Look at the arm angle. Look at how he just brings the power with his lower body. That is another rope, another frozen rope, straight to the boundary. Just boom, easy, right on the money. Great throw. They're calling a catch back there. Beautiful. Look, some prospects just seem like they're made in a lab. Some guys are perfect for playing a certain position. Drake Maye, with his long limbs, his athletic lower body, his springy arm, this guy was made to play quarterback. If he can just keep progressing the way that he has, we might have another Justin Herbert coming to the NFL. Be on the lookout. QB2 for Drafting Unicorns, Drake Maye.
Got him. Throw, and oh my goodness, he threw it to the end zone, and it's caught. Threw it left-handed. Here he is again, stepping away from pressure. Oh my goodness, that was Mahomes-esque. Just throwing it up for grabs to Downs, who takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Drake Maye is a player to watch in college football, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?